pledge to my school, Alaye High School of Ayetoro, to be industrious, humble, and disciplined, to make it a star with all my talents and deeds, not only in Nigeria or Africa, but in the world at large. So help me God.
Alaye High School was established in 1980 as the third public secondary school to absorb the growing demand for secondary education in Ayetoro in Yewa North local government area of Ogun State. Few years later, the idea of forming Old Students Association to complement government's efforts at ensuring both infrastructure and human development came to reality.
My welcome address may not be complete if I did not recognize the contribution of the former principals and academic staff of Alaye High School for their unrelenting effort in shaping our life journey. Most importantly, the pioneer principal and immediate past Olota of Otawori, Oba Moshood Alani Oyede, a philosopher, a linguist, a counselor, disciplinarian, a community man, and a progressive-minded character, whose disposition helps in no small way make possible the institution that is still known today as Alaye High School Ayetoro. Can we give him a round of applause? Only a few privileged individuals knows that this school may have been Christian Ayetoro High School, but the royal perspective brought to the table by the then Mr. Moshood Alani convinced the authority to favor the naming of most of the schools established then by the Commissioner for Education during Shibolajis Dr. Akin Ogupola to recommend the affix of royal title of the traditional rulers of every beneficial community in the names of most schools established in 1980. My extra special words of welcome must go to all old students, especially a teacher among old students, Mr. Sulaiman Orobi. Please, can you signify where you are, Mr. Sulaiman Orobi? Mr. Sulaiman Orobi, okay, whose immeasurable sacrifice made possible the rejuvenating of Alaye High School Ayetoro. I also welcome family and generous guests who have to travel far and wide to share today with us. This event is expected to be a continuous event as deemed fit by all concerned authorities, especially the Board of Trustees and the Executive Committee of the Old Student Association, which is aimed at providing a reunion platform and provision to existing students a veritable searchlight to higher attainment in their future undertakings. The Planning Committee, which I'm privileged to head, appreciate all different committees, donors, and contributors that make today's event a reality despite all odds. I am of the opinion that we can do much better in other subsequent events, going by high level of commitment demonstrated in ensuring this landmark attainment. It is my prayer that the omnipotent and omniscience reward all abundantly and wish us a successful event. Thank you and God bless all. The Royals, the Royals, the Royals, Great Alosa, Great Alosa, Great Alosa, up school, up school.
Both students of various groups gathered to celebrate the 40th Founders Day with dignitaries, including the Alaye of Ayetoro, Oba Abdulaziz Adelakun, the pioneer president of the association, Mr. Yaya Adeyemi, former Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Ishola Adekunbi, among others in attendance.
I declare myself a student of this college. So you can refer to me as an old student, and anytime you are doing anything, may God continue to spare my life. Amen. Invite me, I will attend. I was not only a principal in this school. This school was the first time or the first place where I became a principal. So it was a school I used as an experimental laboratory as a biologist that I was, and I'm still. I used the school as an experiment in school administration, putting aside all philosophies and theories in education. I started by adding to the original motto of this school, which was Fún Ọgbọ́n Ìmọ̀ àti Òye, which I considered to be general. And with what I had before coming here, I learned that the students of Alaye High School were very stubborn, undisciplined, very tough students. And I told them what I've heard about the school. And I blamed all of them that this should have been your fault. Now we are going to draw a constitution, new rules and regulations, and so on and so forth. I'm happy Mr. Asalo is here. We drew the constitution, new rules and regulations that will guide not only the students, but the teachers and the principal in addition. We should all report in the school latest 7 o'clock in the morning. Several other things were added. I said, you will find it tough with me. Go back to your classes. After reading the regulations, I was surprised. The second day, I came from Abeokuta. I reached here at 6:45. I wanted to catch latecomers after 7. By 7 o'clock exactly, all the teachers and the students were present in the school. Please, a round of applause for them. I saw it. I saw that thing happening at the beginning of my success as a school administrator.
And appreciate the chairman of steering committee and the person of my own brother, mentor, Alaye Sulaiman Adeniyi Achinshola. Through him, I want to sincerely appreciate all the executive members of ALOSA and our students too. I want to appreciate you. But let me in a special way appreciate all the old students that are here today. I want to congratulate you for deeming fit to put up this kind of program in appreciation of the efforts of our 4 peers. Our coming together is in appreciation of good mercies upon all of us. Baba have rightly put it. Baba have administrated their efforts in bringing up that singular effort conceived by some people far away. Alaye High School Ayetoro has been one of the leading secondary school in Ayetoro. We have Alaye products. I'm talking about old students that have really done well in all their endeavors. I have my brother here, former chairman of a local government. I have a lot of people. To our teachers, to our principals, I want to say that today is your day. On behalf of Alaye of Ayetoro and Alaye in Council, and all the distinguished members of all students of Ayetoro, I want to say thank you, sirs.
Delivering the anniversary lecture entitled Value Degradation and Moral Rearmament, School Alumni to the Rescue, Mr. Yemi Akintunde was of the view that the value system of the nation has suffered serious decay of the roots due to failure of the family being the smallest unit of the society. The guest lecturer absolved governments, religious organizations, and the media of the blame of value and moral degradation due to their negative impactation on the youth.
The other title I considered for this lecture is The Failure of the Kokoka Sherere Theory in Decibel Measurement of the True Sounds of the Red and the Red Knot, a call for rescue. The Nigerian political class has rubbished the meaning of that song. They uplifted thugs who the military caged and in some places wiped out, and empowered them to be millionaires and billionaires after they took over from the military from 1999 and maintained them as their military arm. It is common knowledge that on reaching qualification to contest the post of governor and even senator is the possession of killer nests, which are drawn from these thugs, mostly from the motor parks. Since the beginning of this Fourth Republic, immediately a governor enters office, he takes over the apparatus of the leadership of the commercial drivers' unions and replaces them with his cronies, particularly those who worked as his bodyguard, and talks before election victory. It does not matter whether he was a driver or not. What the governor does is that he now uses them as his own thugs. What is value degradation? The value I am talking about here is that natural system of control and command that has developed among the people from early ages till modern civilization. They are conventions and ways of life that predominate, identify and engender the peace of a socio-cultural people. Boduri 2009 defines value as basic beliefs and attitudes in a society, whether by individuals or groups, which are considered worthwhile and which serve as guide to choices and behavior in daily life. Value means traits, practice, acts, ideals, beliefs, attitudes, principles that are considered by a group or society to be of merit, worthwhile, dear, acceptable, and right. Our communal way of life was to give way for the foreign nuclear way of life. This shows in the architecture that came following the incursion of the West. Our first thing I face you house was replaced by flat The flag separates the family from the extended family, and the falcon can no longer see the falconer. The communal system where every elder was responsible for the good care and upbringing of children in the community was dismantled, and respect for elders took a nosedive. Failure of the family. The family is the smallest unit of the society, where the impartation of knowledge, skills, and these cultural values begins. It is whatever success achieved at this level that other change agents like the school build on to make a good, loyal, and patriotic citizenry of the children, the greater tomorrow, the future leaders. The father, who is an embodiment of discipline, is the head of this institution. The children look up for mentoring, inspiration, protection, and all you can think of from the father. The mother takes care of the family health, making good food and ensuring clean environment, while giving guide to the females. The sociologist makes us to know that a child is born with a clean slate. As soon as he or she is born, we begin to write on the plate the behavioral patterns he or she should follow and exhibit. The children learn by watching and listening to their parents. They pick their language and mimic their behaviors, and from this character, attitudinal patterns are built. At their exploratory stage, when they crawl to see what is going on in another house, and they are found on the bottom, the instruction is more than don't go there. It insists in them a warning against danger, and that is the beginning of distrust in the society, making the children to take mentoring from other sources is brought about by the absence of the parents at home. When the pater familiar and the mater familiar, that is the father and the mother, when they all go out chasing money as they become career persons, the Oyibo said women must also work because we are all equal. So when all the parents leave home, what you find out is that these children will rely on anybody around them, and most of the time the people that they rely on, they are not actually people that mean well for them. The effect of this is that rampant cases of rape, cultism, robbery, terrorism, and other social vices in the society. The case of Motalab, who terrorists used to plant an explosive in a plane, is an example. Motalab is a victim of family failure. The poor boy is serving a life sentence in foreign land now. Some parents have lost authority over their children through negligence. These are the parents who go to buy school admission and examination results for their children. They subconsciously encourage various vices among their children. The result of this is half-baked professionals in all walks of life, indolence, faking, and incompetence in critical sectors like health, education, and security. The worst effect of the failure of the family on our society is the irrepressible, ubiquitous corruption. This has brought the society down to its heels, and nothing works again. The NSAS protest exposed a lot about how deep morals have been decayed in the society. Parents took their children in expensive cars to loot the shops of fellow individuals who struggled to found businesses with loans. Isn't it shameful? This is not poverty. It is sheer avarice and covetousness. The Nigerian population, estimated at 200 million, is said to have a poverty ratio of 40.1%. This percentage must have risen due to the impact of the coronavirus pandemic again. The country is reputable for a blessing of oil, mineral and human resources, which is tagged the land of milk and honey. But corruption is the bane which has left a lot of people poor. They cannot afford food, not to talk of sending their children to school, where education could mold their character and behavior. Lack of employment has produced a greater part of this poverty. As many industries and businesses continue to leave the country due to infrastructural decay, poverty has therefore inverted the sense of love, patriotism, loyalty, respect for constituted authority, and there is desperation for survival everywhere, which do not portray our value as a people. Due to poverty, parents are volunteering their children to Boko Haram and other terror groups, while females are taken to prostitution, drug trafficking, woman trafficking, smuggling, cyber crimes, and others. All these crimes are exerting too much on the country to fight or curb. So a teacher is the embodiment of knowledge and discipline. It is not only for you to teach them, you have to also inculcate value in them. So when you are doing this, you are actually building tomorrow. Now, what do we expect our alumni to do to correct all this? I want to thank the alumni of this school. The alumni, you have actually done very well. With this occasion today, that you are recognizing contribution of many to the growth of this school, and you put up some infrastructure here that is contributing into the moral value also. But you should not stop there. I want to advise you, let us give award to the best behaved, the most valuable teacher in the school. By next year, let us give award to the most valuable teacher in the school. Let us also give award to the most valuable student. By next year, when we have this kind of ceremony, the award, don't let us just make it plank or shield. You can send the best teacher in this school, the best behaved teacher, to a nation, abroad, even if it is Ghana. You understand? It is served as an impetus to ensure that these teachers, they put more effort into what they are doing, in the children.
To the former Speaker, Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Ishola Dekunbi, and the senior school principal, Mrs. Adebisi Meshioye, the role of alumni association is key in the development of school.
I want to congratulate Alaye Student Association for putting up this in appreciation of God's mercies upon the school and the students, both the old and the current students in the school. Well, you see, like I've said in my speech, we have a lot to do. When you look at some of these students, old students, they are in places, they have gone places, and the majority of them have become icons. They have achieved, and the only way we can appreciate that gesture done on us, that privilege given to us, that real privilege given to us, is just to come together and see how best we can give back to our school. I want to believe that Alusa, they have actually done well in this regards. You see, by coming together, the students too, they will have the cause to appreciate the effort of our, 4BS in the education sector, the effort of our principals, teachers, especially the pioneer, teachers, principals, and non-teaching staff. Seeing the products, I want to believe the current students will have a lot to learn from them.
I am so very grateful on their behalf. And they kept coming day in, day out to check on the students as if they were their children. And they don't have any children here, but they were coming to check on their welfare and even their academic performance. So I really appreciate them. I can say because they assist the government. They work in conjunction with the government, because government cannot do it all alone. If there is a space that the government is deficient, the old students, they are there to help the government. Likewise, the PTA, they have really tried.
The chairman of the planning committee of the anniversary, Mr. Sulaiman Atinshola, who commended all for their contribution to the sustenance of the association and the Ruby Jubilee event, assured the school of more developmental projects.
We've tried as much as possible to bring ourselves together, but it took a longer time before we can achieve this mark. But as it is today, we are marking the 40th anniversary of establishing our grade school. We have tried our possible best as an intervention project. We have constructed, we have roofed 2 classrooms, and we have also renovated the old former library. And now today we are commissioning the former hall, which has just been renovated to the glory of God for the use of the children.
High point of the event is the commissioning of a 200 capacity renovated hall and presentation of awards and certificates to deserving individuals and groups who have contributed to the growth of the school since inception.